Okay, we're back. I actually had a look ahead, and this leads into, well, eventually leads into a dungeon. So we might just, yeah, like really push through. And it would be nice to get the next warrior quest, and to get some more levels so that I can keep up the armory bonus for the conjurer. We get conjurer to 30, and we can unlock white mage. So let's continue. While you were tending to business in Thanalan, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends the Sylphs. An individual fitting Lahabrae's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. This sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the selfsame area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing. We will pick up Lahabrae's trail once more. Neuraxia can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Scarlett. Oh, speaking of Conjurer, I also forgot to mention, I went ahead and put the Moonfire Fair stuff as glamour for the Conjurer. Just as, you know, because we've got the hatching tide for the warrior, so I figured we'd do that for the conjurer while we had it. Alright, Araxia. Walking One is to investigate Sinister One, and heed well this one's words. This one is friends with a Walking One in the Ash Crown Consortium. According to the Friendly One, a Digging One named Medrod had an encounter with a scary Masked One. This Masked One is most certainly Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One, Metrod. Digging One is to be found at Full Good Float in North Shroud. Now, I can't remember if I don't have Full God's Float. That's unfortunate. Okay. Is this attached to... No, it's not. Yes, it is. There it is there. So we can go to the amphitheater. Cool. While I'm there, I'm actually gonna make this one of the favored locations. Makes more sense. Okay. So it's favored location. So if you haven't seen this before, if you use like the software token or the key token, basically second authentication, you gain the ability to register destinations as favored or free, which is how I spend 0 gil to get to Limsa. I can't remember the number. I think it's 4 of registered favored destinations, and basically it just means that they cost half what they would normally cost running. I should be teleporting. Okay, the amphitheater. Oh no, across the bridge. Yeah, that's also set for the Moonfire Fair. That location, the Aft Castle where we actually got the quest, and I can't remember where in Thanalan, but yeah, there's a couple of locations that are always decked out, regardless of if the actual event is taking place in that area. That's convenient. So, I'm gonna go down this way, because if we go that way we have to go through a bunch of tree ants. And I'm pretty sure they're level 41, maybe less. See? See, I'm not telling a fib. Like, they genuinely fight each other. Okay. Cheeky bugger. Yep. See, they're up here. Actually, 37. Yeah. So there you go. There's. Yep. Oh. Couple people. I wonder if there's a fate or something on. Not a fate, a hunt or something. Who knows? Let's talk to you, but no, I don't actually want to go anywhere. Thank you. And we'll interact with this. It's a very cool place, but inside? There you are. Please, leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. 'Tis only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. You wanted words with Medrod. Well, as you can see, this might be tricky. He's been in this way near a fortnight. If you need him to make sense in a hurry, you might be as I can give you some advice. Though he looks as a man grown, Metrod is still a little boy on the inside. You might try feeding him a serving of lentils and chestnuts, his mother's specialty. Oh, look at that. Stuff should be easy enough to find in Gridania. Oh, and a few soothing words wouldn't go astray either. Nothing like Mummy's cooking and her expert ministrations for a skin knee, as it were. It was horrible, a walking nightmare. Cannot unsee. Oh gods, what have I done to deserve this? You found it. This is my favourite dish in the whole world. Mum made this for me whenever I felt glum. And it never failed to make me forget my... Wait a minute, you're trying to make me tell you about that, aren't you? No, you're too horrible. Too horrible. Soothe. You're right. It's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that is true. But that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. Just another ordinary day. I was heading back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was an eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instance, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her soul for his realm. What? You're investigating the same masked man? If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. How about you face us and talk? Aye, anything to ensure that we won't have to suffer Medrod's hysteria ever again. Alright, teamwork. That's what we wanted to... Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventurer. It's the least I can do, to repay her for bringing me lentils and chestnuts. Excuse me. So here, what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as Ziz could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt that's the answer. The answer's that simple. For the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 6 of the creatures, and see if we can find any proof connecting them to the deaths. An odd number. Just 6 out of nowhere. There's actually, at one point there was a hunt, like I've been telling you, over here somewhere. Yeah, somewhere, I think. Actually, no, it might have been even here. And it was triggering this wood whaler. It's very amusing. I don't want to attack you, but I want to get these balloons. So, see if I can't pull you in. Okay, cool. How are we doing for this? Oop. 4 out of 10. Oh. That's an awfully long cast time. Come on. Elemental splash of dealing fire damage to attackers. Okay. There's one more down there. I don't particularly want to have to fight this clay golem as well. Oh good, he turned around. Okay. Now we can go back to what we were doing. Oh, we need another one. Alright. There's probably some... Yeah, there's one over there. Oh no. Didn't trigger. Oh look, and there's shroud hairs as well. Excellent. Oh, these are lower level as well. Right? I think so. How many of these do we need? 4 as well. Excuse me. Grab you, and we'll grab you. Bit overzealous, but speeds up the process. There we go. Done. Nice. Now we're going the wrong way, so all that for nothing. We could go that way, but I'm not gonna bother. Because I'm pretty sure we gotta go up top. And up top's entrance is up here. And there's more balloons here. So we would have found them. This is where it is, sorry. It's here. There was a hunt here or something. And it was somehow getting pulled, or it was here and it was getting pulled by this thing. It's rather amusing. Now, from memory, they're all passive up here except... Okay, yeah, there's a fate going on there. Oh well. that. This would be a lot better if we didn't have to contend with the fate. Not good. I always forget that regardless of their actual level, as long as you're in level sync, it's they ignore you. Because we're only 9 levels above them, so theoretically we should be aggroing them, but thankfully for the most part they're in a fate that is... Oh, so they are downstairs as well. Oh, down the bottom. Oh, that was close. Wasn't paying attention there. Okay, 2 more. Okay. Here, there. Okay, that's it. Now back to full good float. To avoid having to bypass everything, I'm going to teleport. Just saves me having to worry about not aggroing stuff. Alright. You've already seen to the Ziz. Good work, adventurer. So you were able to find aught to suggest that the creatures are our culprits? Nothing? Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like anyway. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziz from our list of suspects, which leaves us with a masked man and his winged eyeball. Ooh. Yep. So we've got 2 quests. And we're gonna have to do both of them from memory. Let me just quickly check. Rock a Rancor. Power deduction, yeah, so you have to do both. So what we'll probably do, looking at the time, we'll maybe have time for one of them. There's something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I'd better watch myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumour been going around. There's some as a whisper that after each victim died, her rancor went into a great big rock southwest. What? Her rancor went into the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. This bears investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you've thrown the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragment and I'll give them a gander. We'll also pick this one up, even though we probably won't be able to do it. Ooh, that might actually be feasible. Yeah, that's pretty good, because it gives us tenacity, which is like directly for us. That those pants aren't so good, and that would more be for a healer. There is something you should know. I've been keeping this to myself, lest I worsen Medred's paranoia, but I, too, have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Medred's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. Hey. They're in the relative same location. I'm glad I grabbed them both. Yes, we might be able to do both of them. I thought they'd be in two completely different locations, but they are not. Because even though I looked up like the quest chain, I didn't actually peruse as to what each did. So that worked out well. Now I'd prefer not, but I'm gonna have to fight you because the color of that that suggests that there's gonna be a fight. So the last thing I want to do is be fighting two enemies, not knowing what level this is gonna be. 29. Especially when it's gonna drop poison on me. Okay. Now. Oops. I want to go. Yep, I knew he was going to do that. No. That way isn't the way we're going. We're going that way. Nice to avoid these guys. If I can. Yep, nice. Oh. No combat. Do I need all 5? I'll grab that one last, so that he turns around. There's a fate down there. It always seems like that fate is forever running. Like I rarely ever go down there and then not be that fate running. Probably because it's got maybe the longer. Going to teleport again. I know it's 100 gil each time, but it saves a lot of sneaking around enemies. Okay. Hey, look, a bot. Well, it's generally a bot. Yep, a bot. So these are botters. I think I can't remember if I've seen them before in this thing, but yeah, that's them. They're always black mages, and they're either Lalafellas or here. Oops, took the wrong direction. And they always like group up together and then teleport around the place. So that's the first time I've seen them outside of Thanalin. Because I usually see them like leveling in Thanalan, because obviously they're always black mages, so they start in Thanalan. Most folks are too scared to go within 100 yalms of the Rock of Rancor. It has a name. But what's a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? Huh? Why are these just your garden variety crystals? 'Tis a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flash and moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire stand stick. Oh well. Nice. So we did have both time for both of them. A monstrous bane mite appeared, and you slew it? That creature had long been a scourge of the folk of Folgord. Intentional or no, you have done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of the light combined with a blind panic? Alright, we can hit this last quest. But first, we are going to equip this. We don't need that, so we can pull that off and do that. I wonder if this is... Yep, spirit bonded, so we'll chuck that over there. This stuff, yeah, can be converted. We just don't have that capability yet. I think that's a quest that I have to go and do to be able to turn that spirit bonded items into materia. I'll probably go check off screen, because I know where it should be, but anyway, Metroid, very interesting. I think this is the quest that gets us to the dungeon, or maybe it's the next one. There have been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer is still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. I had been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt it was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a bane mite. But you and I were malms apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here had a run-in with a bane mite at the very spot you claimed to see the fiendish eyeball. Isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Oh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be. Gods, of course. There must be more than one of the buggers. It's so obvious. But then that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, then there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered. I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave this to the rest of the expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. While I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown. Lest you have forgotten, it was a rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you'll want to alert the authorities. There is a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. Okay. Search for the maiden's corpse. So west of Folgord. Oh, we gotta go all the way over there again. Oops. There's a fight. Now, he's going to turn around as soon as I go this way, isn't he? Yep. Oh, even worse. Okay, that was lucky. Through here. Where am I going? There. Mangled corpse. You might recognize that because we actually have that as a mount. An Ariman. Well, something that looks like it. Not necessarily that. And once again, let's teleport back. Save time. Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught I might assist you with? Yep. Gods be good, not again. They put a mask. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in Central Shroud. While the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end, none can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It is difficult to identify them, so as to notify their next of... This button, engraved with a lily motif. This very same object was found upon another victim. Family sigil, or that of an organization, perhaps. Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. Alright. So, just quickly looking. So the next quest. Yep. So in two quests, there's two quests. Well, there's a quest and then the quest with the dungeon as a part of it. So with that, I'm actually going to call it there. Cause, yeah, we'll call it there. Looking at the time. So next one, we'll continue on with this quest. Get to the dungeon. It'll be helpful to unlock more dungeons to get the capability. Hawk Manor is a 30 dungeon, I think. 31 maybe. Quickly just have a look. It's a 28, but a maximum of 31. So it'll slot right in between these two, which will be nice. And it'll also help us. I can do that off a screen or whatever to, well, I wouldn't need it. It'll help us get to 35. Because I wouldn't need to do it off screen because it'd be done on screen. Anyway, with that, we're going to call it episode. Next episode we'll continue on, and for now, we'll catch you next time.